And welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you guys so much for being with us, man. Thank you guys so much. You know, technology with geeks behind the wheel. Sometimes things don't work, and we have to make sure it works because today is a very special day. And when I tell you it's a very special day, everybody, man, because here in Chicago, it's warm. Finally, it is warm. And when it's warm, we be happy. We're all about being happy here on the Rico No Suave Show. But thank you guys so much. We got a fun-filled packed show for you guys today, and we're going to get right into it. And thank you guys so much for actually being there and being lovable like always. Thank you guys so much for the support. But here is the awareness for the month, everybody. The awareness for the month for today is, you already know, it is April. It's Stress Awareness Month. When I tell you stress is a big importance in your life, to make sure that all of your organs and everything that works within you, making sure that you do not lose yourself under stress to try to live your life. It's going to do is just bring your health levels down. One thing what I do, what I like to do is fish. I love to go with nature. I love to make sure that I'm stress free. I love it that when I go out and I catch a fish, it's my excitement, but that doesn't give me stress. At the same time, too, you know, I like to do other things like cook. I also like to go and help and volunteer, anything to keep me away from actually being stressed out. You might have a daytime job, right? Sometimes it's just like that, and you have to be able to woosah. You might have to meditate. Sometimes I know they have pills for it. I try to stay away from that stuff, but I like to make sure that I am, away from pills, and I want to do it the natural way. So April is Stress Awareness Month. Let's get it on. Ooh, wee. Hey, when I tell you the reason why I got this on right now is because there's someone special, and I want to give a big shout out to Renee as well as to Courtney for actually making this happen, because I love NASCAR, right? And I love the people and seeing exactly when I was able to do some coverage for and see how the teams work together, and also seeing how the owners actually work as far as with the teams, but also this gentleman here. When I tell you, there's so many races that he has started. There's things that he has won, but I'm not going to spill the beans, not just yet, because I want you guys to put your hands together for none other than a professional NASCAR driver, my man, Joey Gase. Let's go. Joey, are you there? Unmute him. How's it going, sir?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Man, I am great, man. It's great to actually have you here on the Rico No Suave show, man. There's so many things that, as a little kid, knowing that I'm actually interviewing a professional NASCAR driver as well as being an owner of O'Reilly Auto Parts, I'm loving it, man. This is something that, as a little kid, like a dream come true for me, Joy. So thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here and cool to be on a Chicago show and a show from the Midwest. I'm from Iowa originally, so not too far from Chicago, and have a bunch of friends that live in Chicago now too. So
Let's go. You have a new friend. You know that, right?
absolutely.
Yes, and you know what? I love to fish in Iowa too. Just so you know, I like to go to Dubuque, Iowa, and fish on the Mississippi. So
Okay. Yep.
Iowa, I
Yep.
know that well. I know that well. All right, Joey. Well, let's get it on, man, because this hour is going to go by fast, and time is not on our side with commercial breaks as well too. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Who was your influence at the age of 8 to start racing with go-karts to help you win your first competitive race?
That'd be my dad, and really just my whole side of my dad's family. It's always been a racing's always been a big family thing that everyone's loved. To watch NASCAR races, to from when my my dad raced for a long time, just at the local short track level, and his his crew chief and engine owners was always his brother, and then my grandpa was the one that got everyone into racing, but just as a fan. But it's always been a big love for the entire family, and ever since I can remember, I always wanted to be a driver, and always looked forward to helping my dad in the garage work on his car, and during the summer, going out every Friday night and watching him race. So it was I have a lot of good memories as a kid because of racing, and then it's something that brings a lot of different people together for sure.
Let's go. Let's go. When I was a kid, Joey, I wanted to have my own go kart as well, but I couldn't get one because my mom told me it was too expensive. And I was like, yeah, ma. It's like, yeah. I said, but I really want one. How can we do this? And I think we actually came up. It was part of our church, and it came up with, they put the wooden, like it's almost like going back to bedrock, right? It was like they put the
Soapbox
wooden with
derby
the wheels
cars,
on the
yeah,
side, and they
yeah,
push.
yeah.
Did you experience that too?
I never got to experience that. My mom actually did, but it's something that's cool too for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, man, I was like, and then we all, act like we're on a racetrack because the street was our racetrack, right? And then either the street or the alleys was our racetrack as well too. Well, that's cool. That's awesome that you were able to see all of that. Now, of course, during that time that you won the first competitive race. Was there other races after that that you've actually won when you won that first one with the go karts?
Yeah, I have lots of wins in go karts for sure, and won nationals when I was 13, and a lot of people don't realize, how competitive go kart racing is, and all that. But it's a lot of fun, and it's really just like racing cars. It's just a go kart. A lot of work, and goes into your go kart and strategy and driving skills and all that kind of stuff. And I got twin boys that are 6, and they just started a race as well. They're go karts, and super excited to be going down that path with them as well. It's cool to see how excited they get about it, and how much fun they have with it as well.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I can imagine what your kids feel like too. It's like Christmas all the time when you're actually seeing daddy race, but also if they were actually put in that position too, that's a beautiful thing, man. Congrats on that. That is awesome. What was it like for you when you saw your kids actually like really get excited? Did it kind of give you flashbacks of when you was a kid too?
It does for sure, and seeing them, and it's a good and a bad thing because I know it's going to be super expensive, but it's what they love and what I love, so it's cool for sure. And I see a lot of myself in them, which is also a good thing and a bad thing. But it's so cool to see them when they're out at the go kart track, get locked in and zone in, and ready to go, and how focused they get, and they're only 6 years old, so it's pretty cool for sure.
That's awesome. We got twins that runs in our family as well too, and it was all about real cool cars as well, and growing up. So it's super cool. I can understand when it comes to the twins as well. So let's move forward, Joey. When it comes down, you're getting up to age 16 now, right? Now 16, you start when you were winning the home track of Hawkeye Down Speedway, and that was in Iowa as well too. Got that 16. Now you're that winner. Now, what was the preparation for you to get ready for your debut for NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts at age 18? What was your emotions knowing that it's time to start that legacy?
It was nerve wracking and exciting for sure. I just graduated high school that year, and beginning of that year, I definitely never really imagined I was going to be racing in the O'Reilly series, later that year, and all that kind of stuff. But one opportunity led to another, which was great, and to be able to go make my first start at my home track at Iowa Speedway was extra special to have a sold out crowd there, and then all my friends and family there, and then on top of that, the finish 20th was great, and the team I was driving for at the time, that was actually their best ever finish up to that point. So to be able to be a rookie and get that for them was great and definitely help jump start my career to where I am today.
Yeah. I think because at that time, because you got the flashing lights and, it's kind of a debut. Was this during the day or was this at nighttime?
It was actually a night race.
Oh, wow. Oh, those are even nice too, because when you have the night races, man, when you step out on that track and the lights are on you, man, it is definitely time. When you finish that first race, um, starting that legacy, how did you feel knowing that at 18 and you're actually doing the laps, and you just stand on top of everything? What was it like at the end of that race when you finished?
It was good. I was worn out for sure. It's people don't realize how much work it goes into driving the car physically and not only physically but mentally, and how hot and all that kind of stuff in the car. So I was excited for my next one, but also worried about making sure I was physically and mentally ready for the next one. But and then always like what's next and all that kind of stuff. And when in racing it and at any level motorsports and any kind of series, it obviously takes a lot of a talent and skill, but also if you don't have the sponsors or the funding behind you, it's also not possible.
Yeah,
So it obviously made me get that itch to want to do it, do more, and my family put a lot behind me to get me there. And we definitely were not and are not a wealthy family by any means, but everyone put their heart and everything they had into getting me there. Then luckily we started to get sponsors along the way, which has kept me in the sport and to where we are today. But
yes, sir.
it's always a constant grind to get those sponsors to be able to stay in the sport and also to continue your program and better your program as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're at age 18, there's something called discipline, right? And I know when I was 18, I was just ready to go to college, right, and ready to go and move forward. But at age 18, when you have a family that loves racing, right, and you're ready to actually start a legacy at 18, what was the discipline that you had to put yourself through, knowing that there was more races to come and you had to stay focused? What was kind of your strategy to help you stay disciplined and not get sidetracked as you continue to go from race to race to race?
Um, for whatever reason, I guess as far as that goes, I grew up kind of quickly on that, and
Okay.
I was always super focused on my racing career and never wanted to let anything jeopardize that from partying to girls to whatever you name it. And
Yeah.
the one thing that I guess is funny, and you won't hear most parents say, is I was going to college full time and racing was starting to take off at the same time. And my dad told me, it's either you got to pick school or pick racing. You can't focus enough on to be able to do both, and you got to commit fully. And of course, I picked racing, and he was absolutely correct on that aspect for sure. Because not only from being able to prepare myself for the races on the track, but also to be able to cater to my sponsors and get sponsors and all that kind of stuff is definitely another full time job on top of that. So I was
Yeah.
glad I was able to go to school for a little bit of time and get that experience. But at the same time, I'm sure I would have learned some things in school that I don't know today. But I was kind of thrown into it at all aspects on the business side. So
Yeah.
it was, I think, the right decision and choice.
That's awesome. What did you go to school for? What were your plans to, as far as your goal with college? What was your major?
I was just going for general and business.
Oh,
So
okay.
which
Okay.
the obviously business is everywhere we look, and then also from the racing side as well. I figured it would be a good thing on the sponsor side and all that kind of stuff, and then obviously owning my own team now today as well.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I think, it was kind of good to be able to have that because, knowing exactly who to actually understand as far as part of the business when I guess when you're in NASCAR, but I guess you will start to understand the rules and the regulations, and also if there's contracts and things like that that's actually involved, that part of having a little bit of business, uh having a business mindset in that, is that will help you down the line in future, because like you said, yeah, it's pretty general, right, when it comes to business, but understanding the right path to keep you going. The discipline piece, I mean, if you pick between college and racing, look at you now. It kind of helps in regards to staying disciplined and knowing exactly where to go. You mentioned in the car and how hot it is. A lot of my audience don't know how hot it gets within the car or in the race car. Can you let the audience know how many degrees does it get into your car when you're actually racing and doing maybe 260 something laps, at a race? How hot does it get?
Yeah, normally the rule of thumb is whatever it is outside, you got to add 30 to 40 degrees to that for the
Wow.
temperature inside the car. So it gets hot for sure, and I mean different types of tracks as well. It gets hotter in the car at some tracks than others. From brake temps to if we have side windows in the cars and all those kinds of different things for sure. But being on the deal with the heat's a big one for sure.
Yeah,
And then obviously different types of racetracks we go to are more physical than others, and work different muscle groups and all that kind of stuff as well.
yeah. And I think because when, I did, interview another professional race car driver, he said, yeah, it gets extremely hot and there's nothing you can do with staying focused and not break, right? Because the heat can't get to you, right? But I think you have to be able to train yourself in order to, to get there and stay focused as well too. So I do have a question. Someone said Smart Girl 111 14. She says, "Hi Joey, how are you? It's good to see you." so, so she says hello. He says, "What has been one of the toughest setbacks you faced, and how did you push through it?"
Oh man, probably the biggest ones would be just losing sponsors or the lack of sponsors.
Oh
You
wow.
never know when that could end or going to end, and a lot of times when you think, man, I don't know if we're going to be able to come through this, then something comes through the last minute, and
Yeah,
you just never give up and got to keep going. And my dad always told me you can't find sponsors by sitting on the couch either. So
that's right.
you got to be in the office working. You got to be at the racetrack meeting people and on the streets and getting your name out there for sure. And it's amazing the amount of people you meet in introduction just from, I'm sure it's same in the radio business. Someone that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
That is correct.
It's really crazy how that happens and all that kind of stuff for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely right on that. I mean, it happens for all of us when it comes down to sponsors, and being able to, you have to keep that image of your name as well too, on a certain level, on a positive level. I shouldn't say a certain level, on a positive level, because you want them to definitely trust you. So I totally agree with you on that. So that is awesome. One last question before we get into our commercial break. We got Donna Ree Bird. She says, "Hello, Joy. How are you?" It's like everybody. I like my audience. They love to act like they know you for a long time, Joey. With your boys getting hyped about racing, what do you think the most important advice you gave them?
Oh man, I guess to never give up and to not get too cocky either. But
Yeah,
the one thing I guess I never had that they definitely have, which is I think really cool and a gift, is that they're always pushing each other to the next level, and no matter what they're doing, right? Nobody ever wants to get beat by their brother, but especially their or sibling, but especially a twin. So
Yeah.
it's cool when you see them on the track. One will pass one, but then all of a sudden the next one he'll go faster because he can't get beat by his brother. And same in baseball or whatever they're doing at the house. They're always there pushing each other to the next level, which is so cool. And at the same standpoint, they if someone picks on them or if one's in trouble and we put them in timeout, the other one's there trying to bail the other one out, even if he's in trouble for doing something to his brother. So it's pretty cool and funny to see how all that works.
That's awesome. So, it's so funny that you said it because that's part of the siblings as far as us growing up as well too. Joey is whenever somebody picked on my sister or even on my brother, I stood up for them, right? No matter if they were wrong or whatsoever, but but they felt it after we know that they were wrong because you put us both in a wrong situation.
Yeah.
So, I feel the twins on that. I feel the twins on that. That's awesome. So Joey Gase, like I said, time is not on our side, and we got to take a commercial break real quick. And what we got for you also, we do have a promotional video, of course, thanks to Renee, that we're going to definitely show you guys in regards to my man, the professional NASCAR driver, my man, Joey Gase is here. Everybody will be back right after this commercial break. We'll see you soon.
Every year, 800,000 children are reported missing. That's one child every 40 seconds. It's every parent's worst nightmare. Right now, there are 483 missing children cases still open. Your card donation can help keep kids safe and bring missing kids home. Donate your unwanted card today. Fast, free pickup, 24-hour response. Plus, you'll get the maximum tax deduction.
Call 800-723-2013.
Let's go. Let's go. Joey, when you first saw that video of that, how did that make you feel when you saw your own promotional video like that?
It's pretty cool for sure. And never. I remember watching all the shows on the Speed Channel when I was a kid, and all the behind the scenes shows and following. I think David Sturmey around was one one of the drivers and stuff like that. So it definitely brings back memories of that, and to be able to have our own show and all that kind of stuff is pretty wild and surreal for sure.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, that's so great. And I think because and I gotta go back and we want to move forward because I know we don't have much time. I have so many questions, but when it comes down to knowing that the repetition of being at different tracks, and knowing, of course, the family is there to support you, on those races, and then you got a lot of your fans that actually support you as well too. But then you have the other side where you have the competitors, right? You have the competitors that's actually competing against you. What is the mind frame to adjusting from, the family is actually there versus to basically knowing that now it's time to actually compete? I've heard it's kind of intense when you have the competitive mindset of the person that's behind you or that's in front of you that you actually need to beat to win. How does that mindset happen for Joey Gase?
It's NASCAR and in general is a very and most motorsports, but it's definitely NASCAR unique thing. We're all super competitive and we're all on our own teams, and stuff like that. But we we have 33 races a year, and you see the same people, each and every weekend. Where other sports you play maybe once or twice a year, where we're with these guys 33 races out of the year. So it's you get to know everybody, you get to become friends with most of them, but definitely there's always that select few that you probably will never see eye to eye with for sure. And
Yeah.
but but I think the big thing is, and for most drivers, once you put the helmet on, kind of your personality and mindset and everything just completely changes for sure. Once that the green flag drops, and then probably a certain couple hours after the race, and then till your adrenaline wears off and all that changes. But it's crazy how all that works and happens for sure. And like I said, we're all ultra competitive, but at the same time, if something happens to somebody and someone needs a spare part or engine, and or someone has a problem with their family, or anything like that, we are really, NASCAR is really one big family, and we surround each other and always try to help each other as much as we can. So I think that's something that's really cool on how competitive the sport is, but at the same time how much we all care about each other and help each other out at the same time as well.
Yeah. You won a place in Talladega. I like Talladega Nights, baby. So 2015, Talladega, that you won. You had a spot that you won at Talladega. And what was that like for you, knowing that you've been running, like going through these races and starting, and you just continuously pushing forward? But when that 2015 hit, what was your emotions like knowing that you won something pretty big like that?
Yeah, when we finished fifth, which was
Yep.
like a win for our team, but that was a very special weekend and race for us on and off the track. That it was either Mother's Day weekend or close to it, and Donate Life, Alabama was a sponsor of a car, and Fox was broadcasting the race, and Fox wanted to do a Mother's Day special on my mom, and how she was an
Nice.
organ donor and all that. So they did a really nice special on my mom during the pre-race, and I was so nervous on just qualifying and making the race, because not there's a maximum cars that are allowed in the race each weekend, and we barely got in, and I never really thought we could pull off what we did that week, and from basically almost starting last to finishing fifth, which was
Oh,
huge for our team, and the best finish that team ever finished. So, and that's what a lot of people who don't realize, if they're not hardcore fans, is like, obviously in racing, talent is huge in the driver, but a great car can't win without a good driver, and a good driver can't win without a great car. So we
yes.
were a very underfunded team, and we're racing on used tires, and it was really cool to be able to do that. And then my car owner at the time, Jimmy Means, was originally from Alabama, and to be able to do that there, and then Dylan Hurt Jr.'s favorite driver, other than of course his dad growing up, was with Jimmy Means, who was my car owner, and we are able to do that on his used tires from practice. So that was another really cool, unique story. And then
Wow.
after the racetrack actually took down all the car numbers off the scoring pylon, but kept our 52 number up on it in fifth, which I've definitely never seen done before, and which was just so cool and surreal. And I think they made us the number one story from the weekend. So it was an amazing weekend to be able to do that, and that definitely is something that doesn't happen each weekend, but makes it that much more special, and part of the reason why we do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah. I think because your legacy is there, and that is such a great milestone as far as with you guys' journey and what you've actually went through to be able to be successful on that evening itself. There is also part of your legacy and your journey that I have here that I want the audience to know is that you know, and you have started for 300 like races, combined starts, 400 combined starts in NASCAR top three series, including Daytona 500 starts. And of course, you kind of answered this already because that's a lot of starts. A lot of people don't understand that to be able to continue to do that and to be able to be motivated and keep moving forward through each one of those series. It's like, what else? How else can Joey Gase be disciplined if he didn't do that many starts in a series, right? So I think just by knowing that you've done that, that's alone that many, like that mindset of actually staying focused, staying disciplined, and knowing that, hey, I'm definitely going to continue to make it. And also, that's a good point for your sponsors as well too, right? Because they know exactly you're focused, you're ready to go, and you got a positive image as well. So you kind of answered the question, but I want the audience to know that Joey Gase is the real deal. He's the real deal. So people want to know who are your teammates, right? So your teammates, as far as for the O'Reillys, the series, if you want to give them a shout out, who is the teammates with Joey Gase?
Yeah, it all depends on the weekend, but we got Natalie Decker, David Starr, Matt DiBenedetto, Sage Karam, Austin Hill, and this weekend will be Blake Lothian. So we're really excited to have Blake in the car. He made his first ever start in the series last weekend. He's another young and upcoming kid who's just 18 years old. So
Oh,
it's really
wow.
cool to be able to have him in the seat and see him work his way up as well.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. That is so cool. All right, we're going to shift gears, everybody, before we take another commercial break, because it's something that we've always talked about when it comes to health. We talk about awareness, but this is something, of course, that's dear to my man Joey Gase here. So a part of the awareness as far as when it comes to health, please tell the audience about Donate Life and kind of the mission.
Yeah, organ donation is something that's really important to me and my entire family. Unfortunately, my mom passed away of a sudden brain aneurysm in April 2011, and when that happened, the doctors asked us if she'd like to be an organ eye and tissue donor. And at that time, it was something we never really talked about before, but we knew she could no longer continue her life. She would want to do whatever she could to help others continue theirs. So we said yes, and later we went home and found her driver's license and saw that she did say yes on her driver's license, which meant the world to us, knowing that we made the right decision for what she would have wanted, and knowing that how proud she would be able to help so many others. And later we found out she's able to help save and improve the lives of 66 people, which was amazing to us. We only thought could be a couple, but through her organ, eyes, and tissue donation, she was able to help 66 people. And we've been fortunate enough to actually meet two of my mom's recipients in person. One was a kidney recipient, one was a liver. And you know what? I don't think so many people realize with organ donation is that you're not just helping, like for my mom, she didn't just help those 66 people directly. She also helped thousands of people from, each one of those people from their friends, their family, their coworkers, their classmates, or whatever it might be, or someone that they maybe held the door for that day. You're really helping so many different people through the ripple effect. And I didn't realize that until actually able to meet my mom's recipients in person and see not only how thankful they were, but how thankful their friends and family were as well.
Yeah. I think it's such a blessing to be able to know how to be able to help others. But I mean, your mom is an angel, that's for sure. And to be able to take that, because, I've heard the 50-50 of, no, I don't want to give my organs away. I wanted them to go with me in the earth and things like that. But sometimes people don't know that it's very important to be able to help others, right? Even when certain people are living, that they want to give their organs that they know they have an extra of to be able to help
Yeah.
other people to live. So I think donate life is such a big, um, two big words. You're donating to be able to help and being able to continue life for someone else. And I think that's such a great thing as well. But, blessings to your mom in heaven, and blessings to your family for staying humble and being able to have this mission as well too. So it's a really great thing. And it's good that you met the recipients too. Knowing that you're a professional race car driver, but I'm sure that kind of helped as far as with the humbleness for yourself of who these people were. You know.
Absolutely, it definitely meant the world to my family and I, and like I said, put everything in perspective. And we, for those people who aren't registered, I definitely encourage you to do so, and not only to register, but also to have that talk with your loved ones. So with my mom's situation, thankfully, we did make the right decision for what she would have wanted. But unfortunately, there's situations and times where people don't do that, and I think that's on either which direction, the last thing you would want to do is not to honor your loved one's wishes. And so that's
Yeah.
why I encourage everyone not to only absolutely register, but also to have that talk with your loved one. And with my mom, we never thought we were going to lose her at such a young age of 44. But
Wow.
freak things happen, and she had a brain aneurysm, and there was really no way to predict that or prevent it. So it was something we definitely caught us off guard, and when we miss her here today for sure.
Yeah. Before we take a break, we got 1 minute, but I want you to describe one. What's your mother's name?
Mary
Ma-
Gase.
Mary Gase. If you had one word that you can describe Mary Gase, what word would that be?
Caring, for sure. Not only for obviously being a organ donor, but she was always a very caring and loving person, and she was a hairstylist. And I was only 18 when she passed, and obviously I was thinking of what most 18-year-olds think, and not necessarily looking at what your parents are, or who they are as people, or anything like that. But when my mom passed, and at her wake and in funeral, it really put in perspective for me how much she meant to so many different people, and how many people she knew. The line never stopped, and went out the door. And I heard so many stories about my mom and her clients. And she wasn't only a hairstylist; she was kind of a therapist too.
Yeah.
Being able to talk to people. And she had clients that moved away, that were in different states, and I was getting messages on Facebook and emails and things in the mail, just them telling me how much they loved my mom. So that just
Oh, that's
meant the
love.
world to me and my family for sure.
That's love, man. Oh man, that's love, man. Big shout out to Mary Gase. Yeah, in heaven, but also the caring is very important because it runs through our veins, and it runs and it keeps us humble as well too, to be able to know that our loved one, someone that we really love, of course, that's in heaven. But man, rest in peace to mom, but blessings to your mom and blessings to the people that actually receive, and also our organ donors as well too. I do want to put up the website of the registerme.org so people can actually register there. So let's see if we can put that up real quick. Excuse me. So registerme.org, please make sure you go there and register organ donors, and also to be able to help the cause and stay a part of the mission. All right. Joey, are you having a good time?
I am.
We're trying to see if we can get this registerme.org off. See what's going on here. I guess we want to make sure that everybody registers, make sure they register on time. So, okay. So, all right. So, yeah, Mr. Joey Gase, of course, what we'll do is we're going to be right back. Everybody, it's your boy Rico No Suave, none other than a professional NASCAR driver here on the show. And yes, we'll be back in 30 seconds because we got something special for you. We'll be back. Let's go.
Feeling sluggish? Struggling with stubborn weight and visceral fat? It's time to reset with Fupa Water. Packed with powerhouse ingredients like spirulina, turmeric, and aloe vera, Fupa Water is your daily detox and hydration boost all in one. Flush out toxins, energize your body, and say goodbye to that stubborn belly fat. Ready to feel lighter and stronger? Get yours today at fupawater.com. And for a limited time, use code RNSS for the Rico No Suave show and get an additional 10% off.
All right, let's get it on. All right, so Joey, we got something. We got something that we have to talk about, and I know we kind of talked about, that big word. It's called sponsors. So we kind of talked about that already in regards to that. So let's talk about, you have a sponsors of NFPA, Stripes TV, and Alarm Tech. Let's talk about those.
Yeah, absolutely. Stripes TV is going to be a new streaming service that you can download the app and then obviously see our new TV show on, which is going to be great. NFPA is, I'm sure most people know Sparky the Fire Dog, which is very popular, obviously, with the kids. But Sparky is their mascot. But always we're raising awareness for fire safety, and thanks to folks at the NFPA, they do a great job of creating fire codes to keep us all safe here at our businesses and at home. But not only in the U.S., but for all North America in general, and Alarm Tech, they kind of same up their alley there. They make alarms here for businesses and homes, and not only for burglars coming in, but also to make sure no fires or anything like that's crazy is happening as well. So to make sure you're safe, definitely reach out to our friends at Alarm Tech to hook you up.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. And it's a lot of things, of course, that happens throughout the world, or the United States, I should say. And when it comes to fires, and I know in Chicago, we had a big issue with electrical, right? Electrical safety, because that started fires as well, too, in Chicago. And, sometimes people are not aware in regards to how to have those safety measures. So, Alarm Tech, is that nationwide, Alarm Tech?
Alarm Tech's mainly up in the Northeast right now.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That's awesome. All right, Joey, we got something that's special to you, and it's special to us. There's a photo you sent me, and it takes you back to your younger days. And we call this segment Flashback Photo. Check it out. Oh, wait. Nice. Joey, hey, we got this. Hey, if you didn't mean to send this, you gotta blame Courtney. But we have to say that this is what age were you in this photo?
I was 18, and I can remember a lot about this photo. I think I just got back from spring break, and I was a senior in high school. And the crazy thing in this picture is that that was probably the last picture I ever got taken with my mom, and she passed away a few weeks after that. So it's definitely crazy to think about that, and obviously was not thinking about that then for sure. That was my younger sister Ashley. So it definitely a special picture to me for sure, and I was also very tan in that picture as well.
That's okay. It's a beautiful photo. It's a beautiful photo, and I have to say that you all look great as far as with your mom, and I'm so happy to, share this as far as with my audience as well, so they can put, of course, Mary Gase, a name to the face. So that was I like that flashback photo. Love the flashback photo there, my man. So that is cool. All right. Okay. There is we I got a couple more questions, but because I know you're a busy man, and I know we gotta let you go, which I really don't want to, Joey, but I know I have to. When it comes to, we talk about the competitive in regards to emotions and things that get riled up, and you kind of feel like either you let yourself down when it comes to being competitive. And sometimes they say we are our biggest critic, right? Has there been a race where you just felt like, ah, man, I should have done better, and it just stuck on your mind? And how did you get over it?
The biggest answer to that, I guess, is just moving on to the next race. But for sure, Talladega, I that was a great weekend there in 2015, and then at
Yeah.
the same point, I felt like I did everything right as a driver, but obviously the outcomes you wish or differently, or if you would have done something a little bit differently. But 2 years ago, we almost won it, and I was second coming to the tri-oval, and then I got wrecked about 500 feet before the start finish line. So ones
Oh,
like that definitely burn, and they burn even more when you have kids and your kids are watching, and
yeah.
you see them after the race, and they're crying because they know how close you were, and they want to go beat up the guy that wrecked you. So
Yeah.
that definitely makes you extra sad because you're not only racing for yourself and your family, but it's definitely different when your kids are watching too.
Yes, yes. I kind of lied in regards to the questions because I got to make sure my audience they continue to support me and ready to support you, because they have another question from Mr. Aaron David in Hollywood, in LA. He says, actually he asked two questions, but I'm gonna ask this one because we kind of talked about how NASCAR is kind of that family, right? But have you ever met Martin Truex Jr.? And if so, what did you think of him?
I have met Martin, and I think he's a cool dude and a good dude. And we in 2015, I won the Comcast Community Outreach Award for our work with organ donation, and Martin is up for that, or was up for that award as well. So I was able to. I raced against him many times, and then also got to know him a little bit during that as well. But I think he's a cool dude for sure, and does a lot of amazing work in different charities as well. So he's a cool
Nice.
dude.
Awesome. Awesome. Last question. The 2026 season is here. What is in store for us to know more? What's going to happen with Joey Gase in 2026?
Man, I don't know. I'm always hoping or to know more, just like you guys do, right?
Yeah.
We always wish we had that crystal ball, but I hope we have a lot of good things in store yet here for the rest of the year, and you never know what's going to be around the next corner. That's for sure.
Awesome. I was hoping you were going to say that, Joey. You know why? Because, here at the Rico No Suave show, we kind of, we ask, what is the next for you? But you said, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But we're like, hey, we're going to try to be like that rabbit's foot. We're going to cheer on Joey Gase for 2026. But Joey Gase can't do it without wearing this shirt.
All
Can't do it.
right, no,
You
it's a good
can't do
looking
it. The
shirt.
Rico No Suave show, this is for you.
All right, well, thank you
We
very
hey,
much.
hey, we give our gems of the world this. And when we give the shirts away, we do it with passion, but we also do it because you are humble, you are disciplined, and plus you're so disciplined that you stay focused on as many races as you have actually, I should say, entertained the audience, but also you being competitive, being able to run through so many and being in that hot car. People don't understand. It takes a lot to be in that hot car, but also to be able to work with your teammates and the people that you work with to continue to be successful moving forward. So we want to say congratulations on everything you've done. And great luck as far as wearing this shirt in 2026 with the Rico No Suave show, Joey Gase. So thank you so much.
All right, no, thank you.
Yes, sir. Before we let you go, you have any? We're gonna put up your social media as far as for people to be able to follow you. So let's start off with that first one. It's Joey Gase Racing Instagram. Everybody, make sure you guys go ahead and show that love. Make sure you follow him. Sam, you saw him on Rico No Suave show. Well, please don't spam him. Him's the next one. Oh, it's Facebook. Joey Gase Racing. It's the same thing. Just make sure you go ahead and follow. Show him some love there. Last but not least, there's updates. Joey Gase Racing on X, formerly known as Twitter. Joey, man, it was a pleasure having you on the show. Do you have any last words you would like to say to the audience?
Just thank you for everyone watching, and I hope we're able to entertain you and teach you guys a few things. And please register to be an organ donor.
Let's go. Let's go. Joey Gase, my man, thank you so much for blessing us here on the show, and best of luck to you as well, too. And hopefully I see you when you come down to Joliet for NASCAR. I will be looking for you if I get a chance to go, but I definitely will keep in touch with you. And the Rico No Suave show is always rooting for you here.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Everybody, put your hands together. Joey Gase. Let's go. Have a good one, man. Everybody, we got to get out of here. We hope you guys enjoyed yourselves as far as here on the Rico No Suave show. Thank you guys so much. That was Joey Gase, everybody. Just another level of excellence here on the Rico No Suave show. We're so happy that he was here as far as with us. And please be a donor. Please, organ donors, please go ahead and support. Donate life, everybody. That's what it's all about. Registerme.org. Please make sure, because Mary Gase that's in heaven right now is looking down on us and saying, blessings to you all. Please make sure you continue to be the number one word, caring. Make sure you continue to care for each other, be humble, but also learn from Joey. Stay disciplined, stay focused. Even if you are competitive, make sure you understand that you're a role model for others out there as well, too. Everybody, we got to show you our social media before we get out of here. It's the website, everybody. Our website at www.riconosuaveshow.com. Make sure you guys go ahead and show us some love there. You can always rewatch the video, watch the interview with me and Mr. Joey. Here's the next one. Rico No Suave Show, everybody. Make sure you go ahead and show some love. Go ahead and follow us there. Here's the next one. We got Instagram, Rico No Suave Show. Go ahead and follow us, man. It's going to be great. Continue to follow us. We're always posting really great content there. And this one's a special one for us as well. It is YouTube, everybody. Our YouTube, Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And last but not least, it turns into a podcast. I'm all choked up, everybody. I had Joey Gase here. Rico No Suave Show on Mixcloud.com. Make sure you guys go and show you some love there. Show us some love. Go ahead and drive. You can be able to listen to it while you're in your car. But everybody, we got to get out of here, man. We had such a great time with each and every one of you guys for support. Thank you, guys. We love you all as we end off the show just like this. Let's go.